Intro music.
Wait, that's not it.
What?
He's no good to me, Dad.
Intro music. Intro music.
Bounty hunting is a complicated profession.
It really is, and now we finally get to talk about it again.
We do. It's very exciting.
Very exciting, right? Welcome back again, ladies and gentlemen, to another episode of Banter, Beskar, and Bantha Milk. We're a Mandalorian podcast, aren't we, Rob?
We sure are.
We really are, and we're excited
sure
to be
are.
here. Hope you're doing well. We are on a Friday, the end of the very first full school year, and we're both feeling great, right?
Oh my gosh, we are so tired. It's ridiculous. We're doing this hybrid learning for all of you who are listening at home and don't know what the heck we're talking about. Half of our kids are in our computer every day, and the other half of our kids are in the classroom every day. And it's twice the amount of work. It's twice as much fun, twice the amount of work, and twice as exhausting.
And so to cope with that, we are here to talk about a very exciting thing, because sometimes we need exciting things in our lives, right? We are really excited. It's an exciting episode because we get to start talking some more Mandalorian. We had
Finally,
the trailer,
what were shows all about.
Week. That's right. And so in order to enjoy that, I have poured myself just a nice little glass of this here whiskey. If you can see, if you're watching on YouTube, which is one of the many places that you can watch us, right?
Correct.
You'll see my Stormtrooper helmet full of bourbon.
And he's going to drink that whole thing tonight.
That's right. And while I'm sipping on this bourbon, Rob is going to tell you where on social media you can find us.
That's right. You can find us anywhere you want on social media. We're on Facebook.
We sure are.
Is it Banter, Beskar, and Bantha Milk, or is it just
We are. If you go to Facebook, we are facebook.com/Bantha Milk Podcast.
Bantha Milk Podcast on Facebook. We're also on Twitter. Twitter's a little bit shorter, just Bantha Milk.
That's it.
All right. And then we are on Instagram. We have a lot of followers on Instagram. I'm very impressed with that.
How many we got now? What's our latest count?
6.
6, man.
Six.
Nice.
Yeah.
Man, we're killing it.
We're killing it.
We were at like 5 like 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, now
and
we're up to 6.
like 7 6 weeks ago, but let's not talk about that.
We won't talk about that. We lost 2. They got very disappointed.
That's okay. Life goes on.
Yeah, so
hey, we almost have
Instagram,
100 followers.
I like that.
Okay.
Yeah, that's good.
We need you to do your part. Like, comment, subscribe, right? That's what they all say. That's what all the young hip YouTubers
Smash
say.
the like, comment, and
like.
subscribe buttons down below. You're watching this on YouTube right now. You can see both of us.
That's
right. So right below us right now, hit that like, comment, subscribe. Hit all those buttons down there. Smash them.
Smash them.
Smash them like the true Mandalorians. We are getting old.
We are getting so old. But that's okay, because this bourbon is very nice, and we're going to talk some Mandalorian today.
Yes.
So, yeah, we are also very excited to be a part of the wider Ears Up network, right?
Yes.
Our Ears Up friends over at the Ears Up podcast, which Rob has been big fans of for a long time.
Long time, yeah. So earsup-podcast.com. Check them out. Check out their website. Oh, we also have our own website, banthamilkpodcast.com. Check that out as well. Yeah, way.
Wow. You mean banthamilkpodcast.com was not already taken?
It was not.
Wow. I'm impressed.
Now it is by us.
Us.
By
These
us.
Guys.
Yes.
Yeah.
So we have that.
Forever.
You can get all of our show links on banthamilkpodcast.com. You can also get all of our show links on earsup-podcast.com. They have that. They have lots of podcasts. So let's talk about all of them real fast. We got the Ears Up, the main podcast. That's all about Disney.
Yeah, if you're a Disney fan, a fan of the park, right?
Yes.
You want to hear about the rides, and you want to, Disney Ears Up podcast, right?
Ears Up podcast is all about Disneyland. Then they have Ears Up in Depth, which is Jeremy and Jason going into 2 or 3 Disney news articles each week, deep in depth, where they really talk about them a lot. They have a new one called House Meeting. It's all about the TV show Big Brother. They do like 2 or 3 episodes a week of that. One is like spoilers because they watch the live feeds. Anybody who's a Big Brother fan, they have a spoiler live feed show. Then they have a recap of everything that goes on during the week. So they have a lot of shows there. There's our show, of course, Banter.
Our show, of course.
Beskar and BanthaMilk.com. We're on there. And then there's this other show, this new show out there. It's called the Taco Supreme.
Taco Supreme? Chalupa
Taco Supreme, yeah. The Taco Supreme. What they do, they compare tacos from 2 different restaurants. So they'll go to Chipotle, and then they'll go to Pancheros, and they'll compare tacos.
That is my kind of podcasts. I need to get myself. You know what's funny is Taco Supreme, I think, gave me a call the other day.
Yes, they asked you about sand.
They sure did. Yeah, I'm sitting on my couch the other day. I'm literally playing video games with some friends, and they're in my headphones. And I get a call from a random number that I've never gotten a call from before. I'm like,
there's a Colorado number too, I think. Yeah.
Yeah, and so I didn't answer it.
Yeah.
I'm like, all right, whatever. And then they left me a message, and so I told my friends I was playing video games. I'll be right back. I put my headphones in and I called them, and they had a lot of questions. They're actually called the Supreme Resort, right? You should check them out. The Supreme Resort
Supreme,
over
the Supreme.
It's not the Taco Supreme. They told me the other day. No, it sounds delightful. I know it sounds like it. Yeah, they gave me a call. We talked a little bit about sand, so you should check out their most recent episode if you want to hear my cameo on the Supreme Resort.
Supreme Resort. I got that confused with Taco Supreme. I thought it was Taco Supreme. I'm sorry.
Okay.
Maybe we should do it.
Yeah. So what the Supreme Resort does, what do they compare the two parks, right?
Yeah, they compare like identical rides at the two parks. So they'll have a Guardians of the Galaxy ride in Disneyland, and then they'll compare that to not the Haunted Mansion, it's a drop ride in Disney World.
Oh, Splash Mountain?
No, it's like the elevator drops.
Oh.
Hollywood Studios. It's in Hollywood Studios.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
What was that old TV show where he says, everything always like strange things happen, and he says it happens on blank. I don't know. It's blank. Oh my gosh, my mind is blanking.
I don't know, man, but that's okay.
So they compare two rides. Yeah, and I love both of them. So it's embarrassing to me that I can't remember their names.
They will always let you know whether or not one ride has sour cream or not. So check out the Supreme Resort. Yes. We want to get into some Star Wars news, right? Because that is why we are here. So let's get right into a couple things, because I know Rob said he had some news, and I want to start out really quickly because me and Rob never prep too much, mostly because I'm lazy. But really, we talk about it because we like to make sure that we want to have a conversation, right?
Yes.
So I'm wondering if one of the stories he has is one of the stories that I wanted to talk about, opening up the thing. Did you hear the Pedro Pascal rumors?
Yes, that's what I was going to start off with. Very scary stuff.
So let's talk about that.
Let's talk about this.
Tell me about the rumors, and I'll tell you how I feel about them.
Pedro Pascal. Well, first off, before we get too excited, these are just rumors.
Right. Yeah. So
nothing
take
is
all
confirmed.
of this with a grain of salt, because I'm not so sold on this
no, because I think we would have heard more about this earlier.
Mm-hmm.
But the rumor on the street is, and I hate to be the person that adds to rumors, but I read it from two different sources, and I think they just quoted each other. So then obviously it's true. So now we're the third source.
That's right.
Pedro Pascal quit halfway through season 2. Halfway through season 2 is what I heard. Is that what you heard?
See, now I didn't hear he quit. I had heard that he left set because he had a disagreement with them about the fact that he thought that he should show his face. Right. Correct. Now, obviously, the whole thing in this is the way is that this is a it's almost like a religious rite for this clan, right? They don't remove their mask. And so the rumor is that he had some artistic difference with Dave Filoni and Jon Favreau, that he thought the mask should be removed, and they're very staunchly against it. Maybe that like last season, at the end of the season, he figured, oh, my mask was removed, so that now it's going to happen more often, and maybe in season 2 it doesn't. So I don't know. It seems fishy to me.
It seems fishy. Do you know how long he did not have his mask on for season 1?
How long he did not have his mask on?
How long he did not have it on for? On film, film. 6 seconds, yeah.
Oh, man, I really... Yeah. All right,
so,
close.
And I'm wondering, because, we talked on a previous episode about how The Mandalorian got 15 Emmy nominations.
Right.
And
you should check that one out, by the way.
Great episode. And a follow-up to that, which is one of my other news articles, they have already won for this year because the non-glamorous Emmy Awards, all of the sound production and video editing and all that stuff, those awards were given out on Wednesday.
Okay.
So they have already won some of their awards already, which we'll get into in a minute or two. But the Emmys have a thing about masked characters are not allowed to win awards.
Really?
Yeah, like you have to be acting with your face if you want to be
Interesting.
nominated for Best Actor.
I mean, here's my issue. Now the acting on The Mandalorian has been great.
Correct.
And Pedro Pascal as Din Djarin, or Kyle, the Mandalorian, as we affectionately call him, has been great.
Correct.
Do I think he's been Emmy-worthy? I don't know.
I don't know.
You know what I mean? Like maybe, and do I chalk that up to the fact that I can't see his face? Not really. It's not that kind of role because his role is the lone gunslinger sort of thing. You know what I mean? So a man of fewer words, more actions sort of thing, deliberate. So I don't know. It just doesn't seem, and I don't. It doesn't seem.
So that section right there was just me spitballing. Like I'm wondering if that's what's in the back of his head. Now,
and
that was never mentioned.
It could certainly be something where, because obviously, if you're an actor, you want to be recognized for your work, obviously. Yeah. And I understand that, but I don't think there was ever any doubt going into this that you're not going to show your face very often during this role. And
right.
So
yeah.
It doesn't seem to me like Jon Favreau and Dave Filoni would have like tried to pull one over on him and like.
Yeah. And I think, I don't know, like I feel he has done a wonderful job so far.
Absolutely.
So the fact that Dave Filoni and Jon Favreau were so what I read was that after he went to Jon Favreau and Dave Filoni and they said no, he then went above their heads and went to
to
Lucasfilms,
right?
Lucasfilms and asked them to get his back. And when he did that, then Lucasfilms told him, well, you either wear your helmet or you can quit. And he said, fine, then I quit. And apparently, and then rumor has it that he walked off the set. So whether or not that's true, I have no idea. But it was very interesting that those rumors came out this week.
Yeah, if you're listening to this, don't take any. I would. I mean, as with any really big thing that's going out there anymore, I would definitely take this with a grain of salt because I just feel like we would have heard about some sort of issues before now. If this was going to be an issue, I think it would have become an issue before now. But anyway,
here's questions me to you about the situation. So we've seen, and we know that Pedro Pascal has a body double for. They didn't say how much percentage of the scenes, but I'm sure there's a lot. There's a high percentage of scenes where it's not even him acting. Because if it's just a guy walking around, they won't bring in Pedro. They'll bring in an actor, his body double for, $10 an hour as opposed to $100 an hour.
Right.
That, Pedro's getting, whatever. And those numbers are way low. But anyway, so really all of his acting could just be his voice.
It could.
And we've only seen
he's essentially a voice actor.
Yeah.
And that's got to be a pretty sweet gig, if I'm being honest.
Oh, yeah. And we've only seen his face for 6 seconds in season 1. So if we don't see his face that often in season 2, and he does in fact quit, could they easily replace him with somebody else that looks similar to him?
I hope they don't. I mean, I hope they don't. That would not go over well, I don't think. I like the star of the show. I don't think that. I mean, if they killed him off, that would I think that would no. Again,
and you don't want to kill off the Mandalorian of the Mandalorian. You know, like the show's called The Mandalorian, so we're gonna kill him off. And I mean, I know there's other Mandalorians out there. We're gonna just start following a different Mandalorian like that.
I think we're all just kind of get ahead of it anyway because I think it's just a bunch of malarkey.
I think it's just a bunch of malarkey.
A bunch of hooey. And I think that whatever. I mean. Honestly, I just think it's going to be a good season, and I'm excited about it. Oh, I forgot we haven't even mentioned it. Sorry, I know we were talking about all this, but all of a sudden I saw Rob's artwork behind him, and I remember.
Oh yes,
he's got this great artwork. If you're not watching on YouTube, check us out on YouTube. He's got this great Boba Fett artwork in the background that him and his daughter did, right?
Yeah. So it's kind of hard to see, but it is. It's not a painting. It's actually made up of thousands of like 1/8 inch circular little gems, and we had to put them all down individually, one at a time. And I think I don't remember the numbers anymore, but there was probably like 100 and something going across, and maybe like 600 or 700 of them going down. So you do the math, you can figure out the hundreds of thousands of little gems that we put on there. We did that, and it was a lot of fun. And so we have that art. And I heard you have some art that you want to show us as well.
So if you are a fan of TJ Maxx or Home Goods, go check it out. Because I was walking down the aisles the other day, and my wife pointed this out, and I could not bring it home. Right?
Oh, my goodness.
We've got, so if you're catching us on Stitcher or Google Podcasts or Spotify or something, check us out on YouTube, and you can check out this fantastic print. It's like a cartoon Baby Yoda print, bright red, except for Baby Yoda. He's the only thing that's
his hands are green, but
right?
his little outfit is red, as so is his background.
And they had a bunch of these things, but like this was the only one in this style. They also had like some prints of just like stills from the show of Baby Yoda and stuff like that.
Oh, that's awesome.
It's by, let's see, and again, it looks like this one was Marshall's. I got this at Marshall's, and it's by a company called Comic Walls. Right?
Nice.
So again, this was $12.
There you go.
I need it. Right?
Most definitely. That's really cool looking.
Anyway.
While we're talking about art, I don't know if it just all started showing up at one time because that's how social media works, or if, once you click on one thing, then suddenly your social media is filled with other stuff.
Right.
But the other art that we saw, that was the Arrow.
That's right.
Carton.
It's Arrowhead Vintage and handmade goods, right? So you might have seen him. He's a Redditor, right? If you were on Reddit. Here's this guy. His Reddit handle is Dave Ruins Art.
Dave Ruins Art.
And again, he owns a business called Arrowhead Vintage and Handmade Goods. It's arrowheadcanton.com. And he has these outstanding paintings that he goes to these thrift stores and buys and alters in a very Star Wars way.
So I think his store is a thrift store.
Okay.
And in one of the articles I read, he said that he had this painting for 2 years that he was trying to sell for $5 and nobody would buy it. So what he did was then he just started painting ATSTs and stormtroopers attacking R2-D2 on the beach of this. Looks like a nice New Hampshire coastline with a lighthouse.
Pleasant
in it and
looking.
stuff.
Yeah, it looks like a nice.
But then
day
it's got
too.
these giant AT-ATs and ATSTs and all these stormtroopers,
TIE fighters in the background.
all taking place in this like New Hampshire like town.
And they're not expensive. You can get an 11x14 print for $15.
Yeah. So
we're not being
awesome.
paid by this dude. We promise.
No, but we do want him on the show. So Dave, come on our show, buddy.
Yeah, Dave from Arrowhead Vintage and Handmade Goods. We would love to chat with you about your Star Wars paintings because they are outstanding. Go check him out. Buy one for your friends. The holiday season's coming up.
That's right.
Listen, if someone bought me one of these prints for my wall for Christmas coming up, I would be head over heels.
I agree 100%.
Hint, wink, right?
Hint and wink. So
there's that, right?
And then the last news that I have is about the five Emmy wins already.
5 Emmy wins. Now, as Rob talked about the Emmy wins, I'm just going to address the fact that I'm eating mozzarella sticks.
There you go.
As we do this, it's been a long day. My wife just dropped a thing of mozzarella sticks at my lap because she knows it's been a rough day. So, Rob, tell us about the Emmys while I eat.
So you eat. I will not have mozzarella sticks.
That's right.
But so far, they won 5 Emmy awards so far, and like I said, on Wednesday was the arts section of it. So they won outstanding sound editing and outstanding sound mixing, which is awesome. And if you go back to our awards show, we talk about how that's pretty much a staple for Star Wars. You have to win those two. And outstanding cinematography for a single camera shoot. So they won that as well. Those are like
that makes sense. And looking at the trailer for the next season, you can pretty much bet that they're going to win some of these next year too. Because 100%. It looks like they really upped their game in this next trailer.
So what's the guy's name who does the sound? Do you remember what his name is? He has a very European name. Who does the music?
The music. I don't off the top of my head remember.
Okay. I think it's like Elif Erickson or something like that, or it could just be making it up. But anyway, I liked the music in the first season, he was using all like recorders and stuff like that, and a lot of
Ludwig. That's right, Ludwig Göransson.
Ludwig Göransson. That was kind of close.
Yeah.
Yeah. So in the first season, he was using all like different recorders and stuff to get all the weird sounds. And now, just in the trailer alone, he's got all kinds of different music. Again, it sounds like chimes and bells and whatever. Like he finds like totally non-traditional musical instruments, and he's like, I'm going to make this the coolest sounding bell choir you ever heard in your life, or something like that. It's unbelievable.
Oh yeah, he's killing it, and like you said, same thing with the sound editing and stuff. It sounds like he stepped up his game because it's like the whole aesthetic for this next trailer just looks killer.
It's just amazing. So then the last two that they won, best visual effects, and best production design for a narrative program. So those are the 5 Emmys that they've already won. The rest of them are going to be, I guess, on Sunday is the Emmy Awards. So we'll see if they win anything else out of their 15 nominations.
One would hope so.
So that's it for news for me. Now, that's why we're here. We should have led with this. Why we're here, we're breaking down the trailer. I think we did talk about it at the very beginning. So,
we had mentioned it for sure. But this is what everyone's been waiting for. We've been waiting with bated breath. Suddenly, they announced October 30th, we're getting our show, and we're like, oh my gosh. And yet they didn't release the trailer, and we were all, "What's going on?"
We're like, "When's the trailer coming out?"
And again, there were those dumb rumors, like, and again, this is why I hesitate with these rumors about Pedro Pascal, because there were the rumors a month ago about Disney, execs saw the cut and hated it, and so that's why we don't have a trailer yet because they had to do a bunch of reshoots. So again, really think critically about some of these things. I actually had a student in one of my Google Classroom assignments today ask me if I had heard that rumor. So, my students are right there with me.
They're in tune with it as well. That's awesome.
Oh, yeah. But we've made it, right? They finally dropped the trailer, and it looks outstanding, right? So we are going to go ahead and try our best here to put it up on our screen, and we're going to painstakingly go shot by shot, and we're going to chat
while
about
Nick
it.
does that, there was another trailer that came out for Star Wars this week. Did you see the Star Wars Squadrons little mini movie that they put out?
I did not see the mini movie. I didn't realize they had released a mini movie.
So I wouldn't even call it a movie.
I have some homework today for sure.
Yeah, it's like a couple minute long. I guess you can call it like a mini movie, whatever. But it was only a couple minutes long. But it was all like characters from Squadrons and effects and stuff like that from Squadrons. So Squadrons comes out at the beginning of October.
Check it out.
Yeah, that comes out October 3rd. And then where did
so Squadrons again, for those of you who aren't sure, Squadrons is again the Star Wars kind of flight simulator that's coming out for PlayStation 4 and Xbox, and I'm sure for the newer ones come this holiday season because PlayStation 5 and the new Xbox is coming out. So definitely check that out because all the previous entries in like the Rogue Squadron series were awesome on N64 and GameCube. And this one looks like it's killer. I saw some of the gameplay footage, and it looks like a blast. Yeah,
I'm very excited to try to get this game, and so I'm stoked for that as well. Okay, so here's the trailer. So hopefully we can see this.
Have for you our trailer. If you are on YouTube, or if you want to follow along, go check us out on YouTube. Yes. Right? We're gonna go ahead. I'm sure we're gonna be pausing a lot. It's 1:52. It might take us a slightly longer bit of time.
It'll probably take us 35 more minutes.
So automatically stop. Here we go.
You moved. You moved a second, 2 seconds in.
That's right. So we need to go ahead and debrief, right?
Yes.
So we've got what looks to be a planet. If you look beyond the planet, just barely, you can see what looks to be maybe another planet.
Another planet. Yep. Two
right,
planets,
keep it going.
And then the Razor Crest is going to come through here.
Yeah. Right. So check it out. It looks all messed up. Right, so we're going to pause it here, right? So you can check it out already, right? We've got some stuff going on up here on the wings are damaged. The back hatch is open.
Is wide open.
As it's flying through space, which doesn't seem like a good thing.
No, it seems like a bad idea. The right engine looks like it's not as powerful as the left engine is. It looks like it definitely got beat up somewhere. Real fast before you continue, is there any way you can turn the sound down on the YouTube there? Yeah,
you bet I can.
There you go, cool.
You bet I can, for sure. How's this? Better?
A little. Yeah, no, that's good. That's good. And then there's the bells.
All right.
You can go up a little bit more.
Oh yeah, those were nice. Oh, now check that out right there. I'm going to rewind it since we were talking over it. We have this Mongolian throat singing that they bring in here. That is just so killer. Take a listen.
Show me the one safety deemed such destruction.
Like, check out that shot, first
That's
of all.
an awesome shot. And the cool thing is it's probably all filmed in their little studio thing.
Yeah, that crazy dome thing that they've been shooting in. And again, it's got this really cool, like, deserty kind of, I don't know, like, it's just almost Egyptian kind of looking. And then, again, with that mixed with this Mongolian throat singing that they have going on, it's just such a killer vibe. And then we hear Mandalore, right?
The
our
armorer. Yeah,
right,
you like to call her the Mandalore, but everybody else is calling her the armorer. And she's reciting everything from the end of season 1.
Yeah, it's just like a little catch-up sesh.
Yeah.
You must read.
Now this place looks pretty killer.
Yeah,
we got some graffiti on the walls.
This is actually, they have this clip at the end as well.
Where?
And then there's
of this area here, right? I'm jumping back and forth. This little like Now
so
I don't know, like the biggest like kind of metropolitan kind of slummy area that we know of so far in Star Wars is Nar Shaddaa. I don't know that this is Nar. I think Nar Shaddaa is maybe a little more bustly than this, but it would be kind of cool to finally see Nar Shaddaa in person. I've seen it in video games and stuff like that plenty of times, and in books and stuff like that. So anyway, moving forward.
And then, of course, boom.
There it is.
There it is. Our namesake right there.
There's our boy, the Bantha.
The
right
Bantha.
There, right?
I think there's
It's
somebody
on Rob's
underneath.
shirt. Is it on your shirt?
It is on the shirt.
Right
Yep. He's right there. I think it's hard to see, but there's actually a guy underneath right now milking the Bantha because we asked him to for our namesake.
That's right, for the show.
So, for the show. So he's getting some Bantha milk right now. Yep, there you go. So that's pretty cool. So obviously we're going back to
look at them horns.
Yeah, they're really cool. They're really detailed.
Yeah. We get a couple of shots of Tatooine. And we knew we were going back to Tatooine, right? Because Timothy Oliphant's character, Cobb Vanth, right, is supposed to be like the sheriff or something of Freetown, which is like I guess like a little, again, going back to these kind of like Western tropes that they did so much in season 1, which I think is great, is just like this guy, and I don't know, obviously, but I can just imagine this guy who like is wearing Boba Fett's armor and like maybe isn't quite what the town thinks he is, but because he's got this armor, they think, he's going to help them.
Right.
That's a very Western thing for like the bumbling sheriff to like to fool people into thinking that he's going to protect them. And then I can just see our boy Kyle moseying in and like seeing this Mandalorian armor and this guy with his helmet off and being like, "What are you doing, man? That's not what we do. This is not the way.
This is not the way."
Yeah. So I'm sure we'll get lots of Tatooine.
Yes. So there's the Razor Crest.
That one right there.
Yeah.
Any idea what that planet might be?
So rumors are it could be Hoth, which
right.
But then other people are saying Ilum.
I am convinced that this is Ilum. Right
okay.
Now, you see all these ice channels and stuff. If you don't know what Ilum is, you've seen Ilum probably, right? Because Ilum is Star Killer Base, right?
It is. And it's also where Luke Skywalker, because Ilum is where they go to harvest the crystals, kyber crystals for lightsabers.
That's right.
So the quest that he's on this season is to find Baby Yoda's family or species or Jedi sorcerers, as they were calling them. So where would you find Jedi sorcerers? Where you would go to harvest Jedi lightsabers.
Right.
So that's why it's a good idea. It could be Ilum.
Absolutely. And I think that's a no-brainer because there's a couple of reasons. Number one, we've seen Ilum as Starkiller Base, and we've seen Ilum as Ilum in the Clone Wars, right? Where we saw people going there and getting their lightsaber crystals. If you played Jedi Fallen Order, we've also seen Ilum, and we know that by the time Jedi Fallen Order happens, the Empire has showed up, and they have started mining Ilum for kyber crystals, right? Because that's how they made the Death Star, is they used the kyber crystals from Ilum,
Yes.
and they mined them from there. Eventually, we can only assume that the First Order took over business and started building Starkiller Base, because there's been hints, and I'm pretty sure Jon Favreau had mentioned it at some point, that we're going to get some sort of inkling into the beginnings of the First Order in this season.
Yes.
So I'm
cool.
betting this is Ilum. I'm hoping this is Ilum, and I'm hoping they're there searching for Jedi, because I think they're pretty Jedi heavy in this intro trailer here.
Before we continue talking about this season, already we've talked
Sure.
about so much stuff that we're going to see this season. Can I just say I'm so disappointed in Disney Plus's naming of seasons, giving seasons a title. I was just watching, and if you didn't watch it, well, I like they're saying like season 1. Okay, now we're into season 2, and I'll explain in a second a little bit more. I also just watched Muppets Go, the new Muppets season or series. The series was 6 episodes long. There's only been 6 episodes. I'm pretty sure that's all there was going to be. It's just 6 episodes. And it was a season. And season 1 of The Mandalorian was only 8 episodes. So now we're like, oh, hopefully season 2 will be longer. Maybe we'll get 10 episodes or 12 episodes. Season 2 is also only 8 episodes long. So I'm like really angry with what they're deeming a season. Like these are half seasons at best. You know?
But they're deeming. I see what you mean, but they're saying.
But then they're saying, "Oh, it's a season."
Again, it wouldn't be like that if we had the HBO, like Game of Thrones, 55-minute episodes. That would be one thing,
right?
But if you're giving us 27-minute episodes or 30-minute episodes, I agree. That's real. I guess because it's so expensive to make. I mean, they're spending a lot of money on effects and on a lot of stuff. So I guess maybe that's the rationale, but. You're Disney. You are richer than anyone out there.
And this
put up
show,
the money. We're gonna watch it.
This show alone has, it got so many viewers in the first season to buy Disney Plus. So you're making money off of the show. So give us more is basically what I'm trying to say for all these seasons. Like the Muppets Go. See, episode 6 was so funny. And then I'm like, oh, I can't wait for episode 7. And then there wasn't an episode 7. And then I IMDb'd it, and it just stopped at 6. And I was like, really? Like, these episodes were so funny. They were so good. And The Mandalorian is so good that we're only getting 8 episodes a season. I'm like, oh, come on. So that's my, what is it, peach stand?
And I think that all has your soapbox.
My soapbox, yeah, that's it. That's me standing on my soapbox.
I think that all has to do with studio stuff. That's got to be Disney. I can't imagine. I'd imagine Jon Favreau and Dave Filoni, if they were given the option to make more, they would make more.
Yeah.
So it just seems to me like the first season they were hedging their bets and they were going, all right, we're going to give you 8 episodes. What can you do with it? And then Star Wars has not been doing that well, the movies. And so I think they're just kind of being very cautious.
Yeah.
It's the same thing with the Obi-Wan series. I feel like every week we're hearing new news about how much is going to be in the Obi-Wan series. So I think they're not really sure what to do with Star Wars right now. And I think they should just give the keys to Dave Filoni already and say drive.
And exactly. They're already saying that they're taking a step back from Disney from Star Wars. They're taking a little break. Because they can't figure out what to do with the movies. Mm-hmm. So I'll tell you what to do with it. Ask Dave Filoni. He'll tell you what to do with the movies. Okay, that's our soapbox.
Oh, yeah.
Moving on.
Yes. Moving on. We are on Ilum probably. Pressing play.
Hopefully on Ilum.
The songs of eons past.
Now, what is this ship behind him? It's not the Razor Crest.
And an order of sorcerers called Jedi.
All right, so let's talk about the stuff we saw just now. So he said that's not the Razor Crest, right?
Oh, it does not look like the Razor Crest. Look at the front of it there. See the front of it? It's real pointy.
Yeah, it's kind of pointy.
Some people are thinking that it could be a Clone Wars ship. I forget the name, but
all right. That could be
something
pretty
from
cool.
Clone Wars era, yeah. But it has the coloring of the Razor Crest.
But it also does, there were a lot of Clone Wars era ships that had the yellow thing going on. So I could see either one there. But But this is where she says that line, and again, she says that line about the race of wizards, right? So take a listen real quick.
Past tell of battles between Mandalore the Great and an order of
Right, so
sorcerers called
Mandalore
Jedi.
the Great. She mentions
Mandalore the Great. She does. She does.
Right?
I didn't even pick up on that. That's awesome. Yeah.
So we're first of all, if it seems to me like they're using stuff from the extended canon, right, from the extended universe, and if that's the case, that war between Mandalore the Great, I think in the EU, it's Mandalore the Ultimate, I think, off the top of my head. But if that's who they're coming from, the other people include Revan, right? Revan was the other guy in that fight between the Mandalorian Wars they're talking about here, right? So whether or not this is going to matter in this show, I think it matters that they're bringing up the Mandalorian Wars, especially since we already have talk about the High Republic, right? So we know already we're going back in time in Star Wars. So I think there's a pretty darn good chance we might get to see Revan, which I'm very excited about, and I'm sure a couple people out there are too.
Yeah, and then just going into this shot that we're looking at right here, I think it's so cool because it's almost un-Star Wars-ish. Because when you see the next shot where there's boats like floating through the water as opposed to spaceships flying over the water, it's awesome that it's like bringing back, like, not every planet in every galaxy is as advanced as what we're used to seeing in Star Wars. So it's cool seeing this fishing village here. Oh
yeah. See, I never even thought about that, because even in the last season we had that kind of tribal village living out in the sticks, like and they still had like blasters and stuff like that, but they were a pretty primitive sort of town.
For Star Wars, yeah.
And you're right. You don't we see, we've heard about yachts in Star Wars, but usually those yachts fly. We don't.
Yeah, they're
usually
usually like
on the
flying
water.
ships and stuff. Yeah. So to see an actual boat that's floating in the water, which is what we're going to see next, but this is obviously like a shipyard that goes along with what that boat is that we're going to see soon. So, and then also on
these species here, by the way, with these tentacles on their face, these are Quarren. Right. I think last season we saw a Quarren.
Yes, we saw one. He got chopped in half.
That's right. He did get chopped in half. I forgot about that.
It was in the first episode. He went right in the door.
Right. That's right.
And so, do you think this is Mon Calamari?
It could be.
Because Quarren are from Mon Calamari.
Yeah, but in last season, wasn't there, like, before, like, all the stuff went down and he turned in Baby Yoda and he just wanted to go off on, like, whatever bounty they had? Wasn't one of them for a Mon Calamari prince or something like that?
Oh, yes, maybe. You're right, yes. So I mean, that's a pretty good guess. I didn't even think about that. That's nice. Yeah. All right. And then we're going to see.
Well done, Rob.
Yeah, thank you. We're going to see a real quick shot coming up right there.
Right here.
And then she's gone.
Yeah, I'll zoom back just a little. Yeah, right. They only have her up there for a quick second right there, right? But we have this shadowy figure, and it's right when they talk about this mysterious group of sorcerers. Too, right? So
she looks.
It could be kind of anything.
She looks like she could be Jedi, but she has also been proven to be. Well, that's weird. I stopped taking.
Now hold on, well, real quick. Is this spoilery? I wonder.
Well,
I don't think this is spoilery.
I was just going to say who the actor's name is.
It's Sasha Banks, right?
Sasha Banks from WWE, yeah. So
right. So it might be a little spoilery if you because there are rumors out there about who Sasha Banks might be,
right?
And I don't necessarily want to speculate about that too much, because if it's true, it could be kind of spoilery. But
I don't know. She looks like she could be a Jedi, but then she could also be who the rumors are that she's going to be playing. Which
so if you want to catch the rumors, again, I don't want to spoil too much for you. There are some rumors out there about who Sasha Banks' character is. It is a character we have seen in the past. Maybe you might not have if you haven't watched all of the media that goes into it. But we've already speculated on this show even about who we might see again.
Yes.
And if we might see them on camera. We already know that we're going to see Ahsoka.
Yes,
right?
she's already
But we
been
know
confirmed.
but
And
we
this
know
does
that
not look like Ahsoka at all.
No, it does not.
No,
Ahsoka
and
has
Ahsoka was
Leku on her head.
And she's also
Yeah.
orange, which she is not in this
Yes.
shot. So we know that she is definitely not Ahsoka. So we don't know who she is.
So there's a couple female characters she could be.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, if we're thinking just Mandalorian stuff, we have Sabine Wren, who she could be, right? We have who was the leader of Mandalore at the end of
Yeah,
Rebels?
but she's also
Satine, not Satine. Duchess Satine was in Clone Wars. Bo-Katan.
Bo-Katan, thank
That's
you. Good
right,
job.
Bo-Katan,
Yes, Bo-Katan.
right.
So Bo-Katan
Right,
could be is rumored to be in this season.
And
So-
again, Bo-Katan was the last person who had the Darksaber.
oh, my internet connection is unstable, it's saying. Hopefully it keeps going. Okay, are you there?
Yeah, you're getting a little choppy there, R2D2.
I know.
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay. All right, well, we'll keep going. It
All
sounds
right.
like it's still coming through
So-
my headphones.
All right, moving on.
Moving on.
I'm going to press play here.
There you go.
And deliver this creature to a race of enemy sorcerers.
He's so cute.
And then she disappears.
This is the way.
This is the way.
There was that shot, right, of them on the
Yep.
water.
And there's the boat. Yeah.
Yep, them hanging out.
Hanging out
Maybe
on the boat.
Just kind of checking out.
So
Now here, right, so
Okay.
if we check out that shot here, right, the X-Wings are opening up their S-foils as they're next to him. If they were fighting him, them things would have already been in attack mode, right? So I'm assuming they're teaming up here.
it looks like they could be teaming up. It looks like they're escorting him and flying with him and not necessarily attacking him. Now, also in this shot, you pause it at a perfect shot because this goes along with what my name is on this Zoomcast. There's a droid with his head sticking out of that X-Wing right there. And people on the interwebs are saying that it's R2-D2. Now, we already know IG-11 and IG-88 are two different droids. We already know there's more than one droid that looks like R2-D2 in the Star Wars universe. And we already know
Plenty of astromech droids out
yes, that Dave Filoni likes to add new stuff. So do I think this is R2-D2? I do not. That's my opinion. What do you think?
there. No, I think, yeah. No, I don't think so.
Yeah.
There's loads of astromech droids out there. What did someone do one of the 1980s enhance
Yeah,
things?
that's what they did. And then by the time it got all pixelated, it was like, oh, it's definitely R2-D2. Nope. I'm going to say no.
That's not
on that
R2.
one.
Sorry,
No.
folks. No, I'm going to go ahead and debunk it right here, right now. That is not R2. Maybe that's Skippy the Jedi droid.
It could be Skippy.
Skippy had a
Skippy had
a cone head,
a flat,
I guess.
a flat top, not a round top.
yeah.
So, and then
All
also the next when this scene here also going along with it, it looks like he's being chased by them, but I think this is a continuation of the earlier scene where they are fighting together and they're not attacking him. Because if they were attacking him, you'd see
I would
lots
agree.
of blaster fire. Because they wouldn't
Yeah.
be letting him
Yeah,
just
I would agree.
fly around. Yeah.
Yep. Great. I mean, it looks awesome though.
That
It
shot
looks
right there.
outstanding. And here
It
we
does.
have our first shot of Grief Karga and Gina Carano, who of course is
Cara Dune.
our former shock trooper.
Yeah.
Cara Dune, that's right.
So she's looking good
and
in
our
green.
boy,
They both got new outfits.
yeah, and our boy grew a goatee.
He did, and he's gray. So I don't know if he was always
Yeah.
gray or, how much time has passed in this shot that he went gray.
Yeah, I feel like didn't he have facial hair last season?
Yeah, I don't remember being as gray as this.
Me neither. So I'm wondering how far of a time jump we're going
Yeah.
to have here, because it does now. What we're looking at now, this does look like Navarro, right? Which is
Yeah.
the kind of planet that we saw a lot of last show. It looks like it's got some ruins. I mean, it doesn't look like it's in great shape.
No,
right?
but it doesn't. Yeah, but it looks.
But they
it's
look
definitely more
happy.
colorful.
Like,
they
don't
look happy.
like.
Yeah, Cara Dune is smiling right there. So, and
So,
they both
I mean-
have all brand new clothes, like really nice.
I mean, he looks great. Look at
Yeah.
look at his. He's got like these nice little medallions on his chest, and she's got like these nice shoulder pads. Like
All
they're doing
brand
well
new,
for
nice and
themselves.
clean and shiny new clothes. So they're doing pretty well for themselves as the leader of their little thing. Then we see all this Imperial stuff. This could be
We've got
any time.
the foldy tie wings, right? We've got this is a great shot right here. Just this corridor shot is just so iconic. Just the Imperial style hallway. I'm wondering where all these stormtroopers are coming from. Like, where were these guys?
Yeah. So, and this could take place at any time. So this could be the opening scene, or this could be the last scene of the whole series. Who knows? But it's funny that they just threw that in there. You know who we don't see at all? We don't see my main man, my best friend. We hang out all the time together. Me and Giancarlo Esposito. He's not in this trailer at all.
He's not?
Nope.
I could have swore I saw him.
Nope, he's not in it once. But he does say that he said in an interview there will be lots of lightsaber battles, epic lightsaber battles in the series. He said
so he
in an
didn't
interview.
say he's going to be fighting with a lightsaber.
No.
He said there's going to be lightsaber battles.
Yes. So I'm
that
wondering,
implies the existence of another lightsaber.
Well, and then you can think about, we know Ahsoka Tano is going to be in it. So does Ahsoka fight him with his dark saber and her with her two lightsabers? Would be
pretty awesome. And we already know, based on the last season of Clone Wars and all we've seen in Rebels, Ahsoka is, while she's not a Jedi, she is a force to be reckoned with.
She sure is.
Some of the coolest Star Wars Jedi Force stuff you'll ever see is done by Ahsoka in the last season of Rebels. Or not
Clone
Rebels,
Wars.
of
Clone Wars,
right?
Yes.
So
Clone Wars season 7 is amazing.
Oh,
so
yeah.
Yes. So here we go.
So here we've got
who's
corridor.
You know who's actually going to walk over the camera that we don't see? That's when you're going to see Giancarlo Esposito. He's just going to be walking in like a BA with his dark saber out, just walking down the hallway, similar to Darth Vader in like A New Hope or something like that.
Oh yeah.
I'll
be there for it. I'm so there for it. And look at that. Look at this freaking shot, man. They're jumping off like this. They blew their entire budget on this shot, right?
On this one shot right here.
They're falling down.
This is no place for
right? Like, man, that was great. There, we got speeder bike chases. Our boy Kyle is drowning somehow. You would think maybe he'd have water in that or air in that mask.
Yeah. So there's one scene of him drowning, and then next scene is him jumping off of said cliff, and then jetpack.
Right. He's got his jetpack already. Right. That looks like Ilum again. These definitely look like they're crystal caves on Ilum.
Yeah, most definitely. Now, we also went back. Wait, hit pause there for a second.
I'm pausing.
We skipped over, and it's because the clip was like a half a second long. Back before all of this with the Imperial stuff, there was one half a second clip of what looked like Mandalorian Din Djarin on a speeder bike before all these other speeder bikes. Some people are saying that it's 100% Boba Fett's jetpack. So right before this.
Before this. See, I don't see it there.
No, keep going back more.
Back.
Oh,
there. Okay.
Yeah. There, right there. That shot right there.
Okay.
People are saying that's Boba Fett's armor and stuff like that. That's definitely Boba Fett's jetpack. It's so fast, it's so hard to tell.
But it definitely looks bigger than the little jetpack that Kyle has on his back. So
True.
It could be because when you think about Boba Fett's, he's usually got like the missile, the rocket he's got there. So I could see that being either Boba Fett or else a Cobb Vanth, Timothy Olyphant's character.
So it could be either one of them, but that clip is like a half a second long. So
yeah, I didn't even, honest to goodness, I didn't even notice that. So that's a good eye for whoever noticed that, right? Moving back forward, we see Ilum, but then we also see I don't know who's falling to the ground.
That's the Razor Crest.
Is that the Razor Crest?
Yeah, breaking through the atmosphere of some planet. So that could also
in bad shape.
That could be following up the opening credits when we see the ship in bad shape flying through space. This could be him trying to land it now.
Absolutely.
And then...
Oh, that's loud. And here, man, again, we get so much stuff in such little time. We've got this fight, this little like fighting pit with these Gamorreans, these really skinny, weird looking Gamorreans. Actually.
Yeah, they don't look like the old Gamorreans from Empire Strikes Back. That's for sure.
No, they do not. And then we've got this weird Cyclops looking dude. All right, he's got the one eye, just chatting with Kyle over here, nonchalantly watching the Gamorreans fight.
And then the best scene of the whole trailer.
Absolutely. This is the one that, like, as soon as I saw it, I'm like, we're going to be seeing this scene for months in GIFs and stuff like that.
Yeah.
We got the whistling birds make a new appearance, and then all of a sudden Baby Yoda says, I'm out.
I'm out. He pushes the button. He's like, I see the whistling birds. I'm not getting in and getting in the way of that. And he pushes the button, closes up his thing.
Now, what I like about that too is that last season, I think you remember we heard about Quill and Quill, whatever his name was, Nick Nolte. He made this new carrying thing for Baby Yoda for Udall. And I remember on this show going, well, what was the point of that? We never really.
Yeah, we never saw why he did that.
Thing for it. And he made a big deal of it. He said, oh, you'll see what can be done by the labor of your own hands.
Yeah.
And now I guess we'll see just how protective this thing can be, considering when stuff's going down, little Udall knows, daddy's mad. I'm going to
hide. I'm going to hide in here. So he went in his room. He hid in his room. And then the next thing you see is all the people laying down dead. They're all dead. You're dead.
Oh, yeah.
And
you hear it's black. You hear some random noises. And then all of a sudden, people dead. This guy has a knife sticking out of his chest.
Yeah, as he falls down.
Look at that. He's right there. And there he goes. This is the way.
This is the way.
This is the way.
This is the way. What a great line. And then the Mandalorian logo is blue. Soon. I like how it's blue now instead of before it was like a sand color. Now it's like a bluish.
Oh yeah.
So
I mean, a lot to be excited about. Like there's so much to break down. And honestly, I don't know that was even really the trailer. I would bet that we're going to get more stuff here over the next month for sure from that.
Now, here's my other theory. When we saw the first trailer for season 1 last year, after we saw the trailer, we're breaking it down and we're like, we're thinking, they showed like a clip of the jerk kid that we really hated on a speeder bike. And we were like, oh, look, there's the Mandalorian without his armor on, but it wasn't. It turned out to be Boro Calican, boring Calican. But a lot of those clips were from only like the first and the second episode of the season.
Yeah, that's true. I'm betting there's loads of stuff we haven't seen.
Yeah, I have a feeling that whole fight scene, like I have a feeling all this is like a broken up, mixed up recap of just the first 2 episodes of the season. And they didn't even show us 6 episodes worth of stuff at all. Like not even to tease it.
And it's 8:15. We've been doing this for about an hour. All right. Now the breakdown, maybe about a half hour, 25 minutes, either way, for like a minute and a half of stuff. Right.
Yeah.
And there's a pretty good chance. Here's the awesome thing is that we spent all this time breaking down this trailer, and I still have no idea what's going to happen.
No idea what's going to happen.
I don't know what
we know the overall
I know who
plot.
I might see.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I know what to expect.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know where this is all going. They didn't give anything away. You know what I mean?
Not at all.
I definitely know that we're going to see some characters, and I know that we're going to visit some places, but I have no idea what we're going to do there, and I have no idea what the end game is, and I'm really excited about it.
Yes, 100%. I agree with you 100%. So, I don't know. I think that's a great spot to end. What do you think?
I agree. See you later, guys.
See you. Bye-bye.
That was great. Like, so make sure October 30th is when it starts streaming. You can bet that maybe Halloween, we're going to be coming out with our first episode breakdown of how that's going to go. But don't worry, we've still got plenty of speculation to do. We have a whole month and a half until that happens. So
and probably another trailer or two also.
Oh yeah. So I'm sure you will be hearing from us at least 1 or 2 times before then. So make sure you're checking us out on the social medias, on Facebook, on Instagram, on Twitter. Send us drink recipes, right? Because whiskey is really easy to drink and easy to make. but I'd rather drink something that you are sending me, right?
Yeah,
so send us
something
some
fun,
stuff at
something Star Wars related.
banthamilkpodcast@gmail.com. Right?
That's it.
And that's all we have for you tonight,
That's right.
unfortunately.
Also, check out that other podcast, Taco Supreme.
The Chalupa Supreme.
Chalupa Supreme, yes. Go check them out. Check out our friends over there at Chalupa Supreme.
Oh,
all right, so with that being said, I think we did a great job of breaking it down.
New Jersey.
Beautiful New Jersey in the fall.
I'm Nick.
I'm Rob.
We have spoken.
We have spoken.